All right, there we go. All right, well, welcome everybody. Welcome again to Astronomy Daily Live. Welcome. Come on in. It is 2 hours UTC, and it's time again to sit back, relax, chill out, and think and talk all things astronomy and space and science and all kinds of tangents, all kinds. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm gonna pop open my chat here, make sure. All right, cool. We are good. Yeah, so hope everybody's doing well today. All is well here. Kinda clear here. We got some high clouds. But even if it was totally clear, I wasn't going to go out. I think I've done what I basically have to do in terms of preparing for sort of my next set of observations with this system, to sort of confirm the numbers that I'm seeing now. And yeah, actually that project is sort of full steam ahead. So I need to think a little bit more about some of the details. But yeah, the idea is that I think that this is a much desired dark location, good weather most of the time, at least a lot of the time. And the data looks really good. So yeah, I think there are going to be people, probably mainly students, who are going to be kind of interested in this, need some data, to do a project, and that's a very large market, right? I mean, my market is going to be every student in the world. So I think there's a few of those. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Still need to think a little bit about the commitment, right? Because I'm thinking of worst case scenarios, right? Where it's like somebody needs an observation at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. local time, and some kind of difficulty. And then I'm going to have to make the observation, and then I'm going to either have to have already taken all my calibration data, or I have to take my calibration data at sunrise. So I'm starting to think about how else to take my calibration data, so I don't have to use the sunset or the sunrise and my t-shirt flats, which are great, work really well, but I have to take them either at sunrise or sunset. There are things like doing the same thing. Oh, hello there. Doing the same thing with the moon, right? Putting a t-shirt over the telescope, right, the front of the scope, and pointing it at the moon, and taking flats that way. But the moon isn't always out, and blah 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 blah. Now, the way that the professionals do it, right, is inside of their domes. They have these large, usually large screens, right? And what they'll do, they have special lamps that shine like full spectrum light on those screens, and the screens diffuse the light, right? So it's nice and flat, and then they point the telescope at these screens, and they take their flats that way. So is that something that I can do here? I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that. Yeah, it's it's sort of a commitment, especially because it's going to be done all manually, which has its advantages and disadvantages. We're getting into an era of robotic telescopes. And actually, a previous job that I had, we set up a bunch of robotic telescopes. Quite a few of them located at different points around the world. I'm going to turn that music down a little tiny bit. It seems maybe it's a little bit loud and obnoxious. I don't want to be too painful with that. Anyway, before I get into that, I want to say hi to Tom on the panel. Hey, Tom, what's going on?
Hey, Cosmic. How's everybody doing today?
Everything's good. Everything is really, really good. Yeah. And Bobby is on the panel again. Bobby.
Hey, what's up?
All right.
I heard there were some scrubbed launches. All the launches today was canceled.
Yeah, what is that? What is that? What are the chances? First, what are the chances of having... I think it turned out that there were supposed to be 5 launches today. Is that right? And all of them were scrubbed? Or was it 4?
I was aware of 4, but they were all scrubbed. 2 of them had weather issues. One of them had a infrastructure issue, like the Blue Origin. I don't know. They didn't really say what that was. The SpaceX was in countdown, and they had an abort come from the rocket at 7 minutes left, so they had to cancel.
Yeah. So
they're all going to try again tomorrow. And there's another launch that was already scheduled for tomorrow from India. They're supposed to be sending up a communications satellite for their military. So it could be a busier day tomorrow than today was supposed to be.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. So yeah, what are the chances of getting 4 or 5 planned launches, and then on top of that, what are the chances of all of them scrubbing? That's just not fair, right? It's just not fair at all. It shouldn't be like that. So hey there, Blackie.
Yeah, my Blackie boy, and there's Crooked Ninja 5 in the chat.
Oh, hey there, Crooked Ninja. What's going on, Crooked Ninja? Crazy weather.
I heard Elliot's not having a good time on his live stream today.
Yeah, Chris was having some equipment problems. He got the comet for a little while there, for a few minutes, actually long enough to actually see it moving, right? It is so incredibly amazing, right, to be able to see an object in space moving over the course of just a few minutes, right? It was getting closer and closer to that star. And really the only reason why, of course, is because it's so close, right? It just passed perigee a couple of days ago. So are you going to make up your mind here? Okay, thank you. We all appreciate that. But Crooked Ninja, I was working for a company that had a military contract to set up a bunch of remote robotic telescopes to detect and track space debris. So and probably other things too, which we weren't told exactly what, but that was the main purpose. And so at least while I was there, we set up. I think we set up four sites, and I had a hand in setting up 3 of those sites. But yeah, you know, that project turned out to be sort of a pork barrel project. No one was really interested in actually doing it. They were much more interested in lining their pockets with the $50 million that came to them. Yeah, that was kind of a farce. And when I found out about it, although the pay was extremely good, it's like, you're not going to let us, you know, do our work? And it's like, well, no. And it's like, well, okay, bye. So yeah, you know, I'm much more interested in the work than I am in the dollars. Dollars do not motivate me in any way at all. Except I do have a couple mouths to feed here. So see that one there? Look at that one. Huge mouth. Look at that. Ah. Oh, see, you left. Good. Now I know. Okay. Well, cool. So yeah, we had some scrubbed launches, and but I guess they're all going to try again tomorrow, and the Indian one too. So yeah, it's going to be a busy day for rocketry. Almost like Los Angeles Airport. Almost. It's getting closer and closer to that. You know, whether it does at some point in the future, we'll see. You know, I don't know. I don't know if it's the same thing or not. You know, it just so happens a couple days ago was the 115th anniversary of the first powered flight. You know, the Wright brothers, back in what was that, 1903. You know, had the first powered flight, and I wonder what people were saying about airplanes. You know, were they saying the same thing that we're saying about rockets now? It's like, I really can't imagine rockets, you know, going off every 20 minutes or so. I can't imagine that. But you know, give it 100 years, maybe. I don't know. We will see. So cheers to rocketry.
I'm sure they were saying some of the same things back then about air flight as they say now about rocket flight. No?
I guess, yeah. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting times for sure, and it just seems to, you know, be moving along faster and faster and faster, which you know, is okay by me. You know, as long as you can sort of keep a handle on things, go for it, right? Very, very, very cool. So let's see. Just as a reminder, the live stream for the 22nd is going to be canceled. There is a December solstice coming up here in a few days. I think the actual time of the solstice is on the 21st of December at 22:23 UTC. So, you know, you're going to have to make your corrections there to know exactly when that is. But if the sun is up where you are at 22:23 local time, go ahead, you know, and take a quick look at it, give it a wave, and say, "Hi, sun, I see you," and you're as low as you're going to be, at least here in the north. If you live in the south, of course, it's as high as it's going to be. So, or as far south as it's going to be. So either way, you can, take a quick look at the sun. Don't look at it for very long, but take a quick glance, give a howdy. My local time, it's actually going to be 3:23 in the afternoon, so the sun is still going to be visible, and there it is. So yeah, it looks like solstice is in 2 days, 20 hours, and 7 minutes. So yeah, just around the corner. So very, very cool. Solstice is, a nice time, because it's a shared experience, right? All of us experience it, or go through it at least, whether we know it or not. So that's very, very cool. Another thing that's happening on the earlier in the day, about I think 10 or 11 hours earlier, at around like 11:50 UTC on the 21st. For those of you in North America, we'll be able to observe Venus pass in front of a pretty bright star. It's like a 6th magnitude star. And so, yes, I am going to live stream that event. I'm going to record it with this camera. So this is just I'll pull it out here. So this is just a slightly modified webcam that I've just put a little, eyepiece thing on there. Just, use some glue, right? You glued it on, and you can see the little rectangular dark CMOS chip there. I think you can see that. Let's see if we can. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but so yeah, I'll slip this onto the telescope, and I'm going to record the event. I think I should be able to see a 6th magnitude star with this. I'm pretty sure. Definitely be able to see Venus, but for sure, if I'm able to see this occultation, I'll be able to record it, and I'll be able to get a light curve, and I will definitely be showing that off here. For sure. But yeah, I'm going to live stream that. Local time, that's around 4:50 a.m. here. So, going to get up a little bit early. I don't care. Set the scope up and do that. So I'll probably go live. Around maybe like 11:30 UTC or so. And probably what I'll do is I'll do the recording with that, but I'll just use my smartphone and I'll just point it at the screen, and you can watch it that way if you like. So so I think that'll be fun, and don't really know what to expect. It is going to be a pretty long one. It should last probably about 10 minutes or so. So yeah, that's a relatively unique event, and getting a light curve for that could be kind of interesting. We should be able. I think we should be able to see the atmosphere of Venus as it passes in front of the star. Yeah. I don't know exactly what to expect, but I'll definitely make a recording of that, and we can watch it live. I'll probably run, for about an hour or so, something like that. So yeah, that's the day of the solstice, and then. Like I said, 10 or 11 hours later is the actual moment of the solstice. So pretty exciting day on Friday. So very, very cool. You know, the other interesting thing, and actually Tom pointed this out, was it yesterday or the day before? There's a newly discovered trans-Neptunian object out there. And Tom, did you want to talk about that, or we can just look at the article here?
Yeah, we could talk about it a little bit. It was in the news yesterday. They didn't actually say when it was discovered, but it's pretty recent.
I've got some dates for you then. I'm gonna share my screen and you can keep on talking. I'll just show my screen here.
Yeah, they found a dwarf planet. It's the farthest object they've discovered with telescopes. It's I think it's 120 AU from the sun, so that's quite a ways out there.
Well, this is the furthest one out, right? So they've actually named it Far Out. You know, that's a nickname, right? I mean, that's not going to be, you know, the official name. You know,
right. The official name is 2018 VG18.
VG18, yeah. Let me zoom my screen in a little bit, just a little bit here.
So I like Far Out better than that.
I think that is a great name. You know, I use that word constantly. That is one of my favorite words of all time. Far out, groovy, all of that. I'm sort of an old school hippie, I guess. But yeah, I think that's absolutely great. So, yeah, this article talks about the fact when it was actually first seen. So it was seen at the Subaru telescope on November 10th. And here is the discovery images. So let's zoom in on that a little bit more here. We can really. Oh, am I going the wrong way? Let's really zoom in on this here. So, well, maybe that's a little too much. There we go. So these are just two images that they are blinking, right? So actually, this is exactly the same way that Clyde Tombaugh discovered Pluto, and it's exactly the same way how every asteroid and every comet is discovered. You know, they take a series of images of the same piece of sky, and then they look at the differences between them, right? You know, they can subtract the images, they can blink them like this, and you can see that, you know, everything in here is, I don't know why it keeps keeps doing that. That's not quite nice. Let's go back to this one. There it is. So everything in here pretty much is stationary. Even sort of these clouds. I don't know if these clouds are real or not. I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, there he is right there. Actually pretty bright. I mean, relatively speaking. I don't know how long of an exposure these are, but of course, you know, this was taken with a 8-meter diameter telescope. So, you know, they can see pretty faint, and it's probably a pretty long exposure, I would think. So, but there.
So that moving dot should be that object, right?
That's it. That's it right there. That guy. Right there. And so, of course, you know, they got excited about this, and they needed to do a confirmation, which is what they did. I'm going to zoom out just a little tiny bit. So they, well, I guess early December. It doesn't exactly say when, they looked at it again several times with the Magellan telescope, and confirmed it, and actually measured its color and its brightness, and at least made some guesses, right? Like in terms of how large it is and all that. So very, very cool. Very cool. Now, they're saying that it's 120 AU away, and it has an orbit of 1,000 years and all that. We're not really going to know that for quite a while. To get good orbits, the most important thing you need is time. You need a lot, quite a bit of time, and to make the observations, make a whole bunch of observations over a long period of time. Then you can fit an orbit and be pretty confident, that that's okay. So, this is sort of a preliminary thing, but wow, that is really far out. So
that it is.
Yeah. And, I don't like these. I don't like these at all. These concept pictures. I think they're extremely deceptive. I really, really think that they shouldn't do this at all. And I know that the public probably demands it. It's like, well, what does it look like? Well, I guarantee it doesn't look anything like this at all. I mean, every artist's concept of things that we've actually gone to and looked at have been completely different. Yeah, I think this is actually extremely deceptive, and it doesn't do anybody any good at all. Not even the dreamers, right? So I would leave this out. What do you think about that, Tom? Bobby, what do you think about that?
Not only is it, probably not what it looks like at all, it's also, they're showing the sun there, and I don't believe the sun would appear that big or bright from that dwarf planet either. So it's kind of like you said, it's just for the people that say they want to see what it looks like, and they give them something.
Yeah, and it's just that's one of my gripes is that it's just, this is I don't know, best I can call it is deceptive. It's just no good at all. So, but it's very, very cool, right? That they are finding these
very, very great when you were able to go beyond 100 astronomical units, and you finding that object beyond Pluto and stuff. But the artist's conception, I thought the sun would be a little bit much more like a smaller dot.
Yeah, it'd be relatively easy to figure out how bright the sun is and what the sun looks like from that distance, right? Because we know what the sun.
It's kind of a bit awkward when if you was watching Magic School Bus back in the day, and they went to Pluto, and you can see how far the sun is from Pluto.
Yeah. So like I said, I guess they feel as though they have to do this, but I like this. I think this is absolutely fabulous, right? Because, well, one, it's the real deal, and two, it shows you something. It shows you something, that's actually there. So it's kind of a nice shot too.
It's a bit crazy that we're waiting for a long time before we can go like Mars and beyond and stuff like that. And I think it's the Doubters and Naysayers that said, hey, this is not the way to go.
Well, as they say, space is hard. Space is really, really hard, and you know, trying to get to the moon and trying to get to Mars and beyond is just, it's really, really hard, right? This is a cool shot because look at all these galaxies back here. Look at them all. This one might be a galaxy too. It's kind of hard to tell, but look at all these extended fuzzy objects. Really, really faint. I mean, extremely faint, right? But still there. So yeah.
And like I said, if we just went to the moon, then I think there's a possibility we might go back to the moon, and then maybe to Mars, to Titan, to Pluto, and even to that far out and stuff. And maybe we'll try to go for interstellar space.
Yeah, like I always say, I think if we don't destroy ourselves, we are going to go as far as we can possibly imagine, and realize too, right, that right now where we are is also really, really far out in space, right? I mean, we're far from all those other things. So relative to these stars, right, we are extremely far away. So it's a matter of perspective. So but yeah, I don't doubt that we'll be able to go out as far as we want to. So we just have to get through a few of the hurdles, trying to grow up and quit all this silliness, and to think about space and to be out in space actually expands our mind in that way, I think. So doing the kinds of things that we're doing now, I think hopefully is sort of a benefit, right? Because it allows people to think outside of this little tiny sphere that we're on.
It's very crazy that in the movies all there and stuff, but in reality, I think we need to try to develop technologies beyond imagination before we can ever do some space exploration.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. All right, well, these are just images and things, high resolution images and stuff. This is...
Yeah, I'd like to welcome Soft-Sky, that one that took photos of Pluto, but we soon be taking photos of another object.
Yeah, New Horizons is flying by the asteroid Ultima Thule in just a couple weeks. They did their final burn to sort of position themselves to make a really, really, really close pass of this distant asteroid, past the orbit of Pluto, of course. I think Ultima Thule is somewhere around 40 AU. Is that right? So out around here or so.
What do you think the possibility that training object could also be in interstellar space?
Say that again, Bobby. I missed a little bit of that.
How far do you think that this far out transit-Saturnian object is actually in interstellar space?
Well, they think that it's around 120 times the distance from the Earth to the Sun. Where I think that there is a definition of where interstellar space starts, and it's right about there, right? Because Voyager, I think it's Voyager 1, right? Just past actually this distance, and they sort of declared that to be in interstellar space. this plot, I think, is kind of deceptive too. It's like, you know, why is this big, huge thing here, and there isn't anything else? That's, I don't know. It's just a little weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know what the rest of this site is. This kind of looks interesting. Don't know, but yeah. So New Horizons, going by that asteroid in just a few days. I guess it's going to take a couple of days to download the first images, you know, because the bit rate is so low, because it's so far away. You know, the signal is extremely low. And also the transmitter on New Horizons is pretty low power too. So yeah, just a crazy low signal, which means, you know, their bandwidth is extremely low. So it's going to take a little bit of time, you know, to get that data back. But yeah, though, that is going to be one exciting day, you know, because it's something completely new. We have absolutely no idea what to expect at all. So pretty cool, pretty cool. All right.
And that's either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, I think.
Yeah, they're. I think it is New Year's Day Universal Time. I think it's just after 0 hours UTC on January 1st, 2019. So you know, for us here in North America,
hey, ERT Radio, has Elliot ever fixed those issues at the stream or what?
Hey there, ERRT Radio. Nice to see you in the chat. Cool. Glad you could come by. Yeah, Chris was having some problems tonight. That is so typical, right? You know, to have hardware. He's got a lot of things going on at the same time too. And actually, what I'm talking about is. Let me get his exact YouTube channel here, because I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I can go here, look at my history, because I was on his live stream just before coming on here. I was eating dinner and looking at Comet 46P Wirtanen. So he was looking at that, or at least he was trying to. So it's Elliot Astro Imaging. Let me. I'll post a link.
Yeah, ERT. I'm gonna check out your radio station tomorrow as well. It starts at 9 Central, right? 9 a.m. Central, right?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
So that means it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1,500 hours UTC.
That sounds right. That sounds right. Cool. Excelente. Yeah. So check Chris out. He seems to really be having a good time.
ERT Radio. Yeah. About links. I think that the light bulb will catch you on that. I don't know why the light bulb will catch you.
Yeah, I think Nightbot will catch you, but ERT, I will grab the link myself here and post it up on the chat, just for fun. There it is. Oh, I saw it. There it is. Here we go. So there's that one. So check that out if you so desire. Music and whatnot. Over there. There we go. Cool. Cool. Excellent.
And give it a nice, good, decent sign up and a nice, decent follow. Now, for some whatever reason, I don't know why, the service that he's on did not update the security configuration. But it'd be better if you just do like a regular sign up and not that Facebook authentication. Unless somebody will shove security settings into that platform's throat, you're not going to be able to use the Facebook for it. Because I don't know what's going on with that service and stuff.
All right. Well, you'll figure it out for sure. So yeah. Wow.
It's not his fault, but the service's fault.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So there's a lot of spacey, sciencey astro activity in the last few weeks of 2018. Pretty amazing. It's getting to the point where it's really impossible to keep up with it all, and I'm not going to. One of my number one things is to just chill, relax, don't hurry. Of course you're going to miss things, but that's okay. Focus on one or two things and really enjoy those, right? You don't necessarily have to be paying attention to all these things because there's just too much of them. Way too much. So, all right, well, cool. Let's, I wanted to continue going through the constellation of Corvus. We started this a few days ago, and let's see, we looked at the antenna galaxies. We started looking at a variable star. Didn't get too far into that, but let me see if I can. I think I've still got it here. In fact, yeah, it was RV, as in Ron Victor Corvi. And so I guess I'm going to share my screen again so we can go back over to Simbad and finish taking a look at that. So let's do that. I'm going to hide that. And then we're going to go over here. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. So, so Simbad's a great database of all things astronomical, all astronomical objects, most of the stars in the sky, all the galaxies, all the clusters, everything else. It's just it's sort of a repository, right? I mean, it's a database of all the information that we know about any object that we're particularly interested in. So yeah, I think we were sort of getting through all this. It's pretty bright, right? I mean, it's pretty bright. Even moving into the infrared, it's pretty bright too. So pretty bright star. But I think, as I recall, it had a variability period of something like 18 hours.
You're actually looking at the Sinbad listing for it because ERT radio was the address for it.
Okay, yeah. Let me post that as well. Sinbad is a awesome resource. Awesome. I've been using Sinbad since 1989. It's been around that long. Let's see. Paste that in there.
Way like BBS server.
Yeah. Well, being a part
I only just know like AOL and like regular HTTP www.
Yeah. No, being a part of the university system, I just had really early access to the internet, kind of stuff. I bet you Tom had access to it even earlier than that, huh, Tom?
Might have had access, but I don't think I knew about it.
All right. All right, let's...
I was just like, would never have a computer.
Yeah.
I think the first computer I ever had was like the earliest. It's like more like a DOS. It's like DOS, and then I got like 3.1, then 98, XP, ME, Vista 7, 8.1, and 10.
Bobby, you're just a baby. That's all. Windows 3.1 is just that's just that was just like the other day. So yeah. All right, let's keep moving here. So here's all the different names for this particular.
And ERT ready, you want my Skype handle?
Yeah, I'll get that to you at some point, ERT. So, yeah. Excellent. Excellent. I shall. Oh, let me cycle my sound here so I don't get anybody else talking here. So yeah, these different names are usually just associated, with different surveys or different catalogs, looking for various characteristics and saying, okay, that star has the kind of characteristic that would fit in our catalog, and so it gets a designation. So yeah. Most objects in the sky have many, many, many names. And this is no exception, especially being a bright star like that. So actually lots of references. So we'll come back to that in a little bit. Let's see how far away I think this thing is. So 211.2 parsecs, PC, is a parsec, and a parsec is 3.26 light years. So I've just grabbed my handy dandy calculator, and which is of course always within arm's reach. Now I'm going to go 211.1888 times 3.26. So that's 600 and yeah, my calculator's having some problems. One of the decimal points, one of the decimals again is messing up. Here, I'll show you really quick, because it's sort of like it's sort of like the ongoing saga, right, of the and I gotta dust it off a little bit, but you can see right, well, which one is it? This one right here. Okay, I don't know if that's an 8. It's probably an 8, so I don't know exactly. So, but yeah, it might be a 686. I'm not sure. Boy, I'm gonna have to pull out my slide rule again.
Yeah, that's not very accurate there, mister. Time for a new calculator.
Oh, what I actually did, I pulled this out of the Relic archive. Now this calculator is actually not precisely mine, but it's almost mine, right? I'm married to its owner. This is a HP 41CV. I don't know if you can see that or not. Is it going to focus? No. Anyway,
so
But yeah,
That's an old ass flip of a calculator.
this is awesome, right? This is absolutely awesome. I guess you can find these on eBay for like $200. Unbelievable.
Oh,
So,
speaking of eBay, I was on my local IU Facebook group page. They
uh-huh.
said they like FedEx delivered some of that patio furniture from eBay, but FedEx never showed up, and they have cameras and stuff, so I'm not sure. So yeah, I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna like get the complaint line for both eBay and FedEx and stuff. And then I
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
eBay too sometimes too because they think it's delivered, but it's not.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know that well. But see, there's no batteries. There's no batteries. I've actually got the batteries, but I think the last time I tried to charge them, they didn't charge. So I'm gonna have to get some more batteries for this thing. But yeah, great calculator.
Now,
Awesome,
the next
awesome.
time you go to Walmart for a calculator, try to get the Texas Instrument ones. I heard those are pretty darn good.
Now, this guy is very offended by that. I can hear it. He's weeping. He's like, "You're going to replace me?" It's like, no, 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 not quite yet, right? I've had this dude for like 23 or 24 years, and these things, they go out and then they seem to come back. So yeah, no, and I mean, if nothing else, I've got the slide rule, right? So I haven't pulled this out in a little while, but here's the nice slide rule. So no problem, we got you covered here. Anyway, so something like 700 light years or so is this object. All right, let's keep.
It's like, and before we continue, I think when I was at high school, we had Texas Instrument calculators, scientific calculators.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty much in favor of any um, um, calculator because it saves time, right? It just makes calculating faster. It doesn't necessarily make it any easier, but it can make it a little bit faster. All right, let's keep going here. So it looks like this object, the star, is moving away from us. Not very good agreement here, though. So, some of these are saying 19 kilometers per second. Oh, excuse me. Kilometers per second. Some of them are saying 30. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Proper motion. Pretty high. Not really, really fast or anything. Parallax seem to agree pretty well. So that's kind of nice. Of course, here's the star itself. Let's zoom out here. So let's see. I guess this is the digital sky survey. I wonder if the Sloan digital sky survey, I wonder if they've got a shot of this. Ah, they do. Okay, let's look at that one instead. The resolution here is a little bit better, but of course, it's just going to look like a star. But I sort of sometimes like to look around and see if you can see anything cool, like that edge-on galaxy there. Look at that. Wow, that's pretty fantastic. See if there's any other interesting things around here. Not really. Just foreground stars. Here's another galaxy over here. Looks like. Looks like a bunch of them here. Yeah, maybe a little cluster of sorts. They sort of seem to be about the same size, which might imply, they're same distance away. So that's a nice little group there. There's another little.
And ERT wants to know what, or that's what they call the Aladdin light, right?
Yeah, this is just a tool that Sinbad sort of has on their site, to be able to view pictures of things. So yeah. Anyway, so there's our guy right there, variable star, RV Corvi, as it's called. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. We looked at a light curve of this either last live stream or the one before. I don't remember now. All right, let's go back and take a look at a few of these references. That's where we really start to find out a little bit about this guy. So photometry. So of course it is an eclipsing variable star. It's got actually two components, two stars. One is going around the other. And as I recall, this one is what's called a contact binary. So these stars are actually touching one another. They share a sort of a common envelope around them. And hence, the fast orbit, 16-hour orbit for stars. That's
and
pretty
can you
extraordinary.
explain to the ERT radio about what telescope you usually use on a normal night viewing?
What telescope do I use? I pretty much exclusively use this one that I will show you. It's sitting behind me here. That one right there. So that's a Celestron Nexstar 8SE. It's an 8-inch Celestron telescope. Simple as that. But I guess the difference is that I don't look I don't view anything with my eyes or with any kind of like color camera or anything. I use a CCD camera because I'm doing science. So I'm actually collecting scientific data to be used, for research projects that I'm involved with. So yeah, there it is, though, right there. Of course, I put the camera right there, take the cover off the top, and off we go. All right, I'm going to share my screen again.
Use the Celestron Ultima 2000.
Cool. Nice. Nice. That's a good scope. That's a very good scope. You used to have it? What happened to it?
3,000 USD? Or like pounds or something?
Yeah. That's actually pretty cheap. So to get a decent scope, you need a decent mount, and mounts, just the mounts.
Yeah, but 3,000 what? USD? Canadian dollars? British pounds? Euros? What? Oh, yep. USD.
Yep. USD. But yeah, I mean, a good mount with no telescope at all, is going to run you 10K, easy. And then you got to put a telescope on it. So yeah, that's but that's actually one of the cool things about science of astronomy is that the entry point is very, very wide. So cool. All right, let's see. So recent minima of 144 eclipsing binary stars. And it looks like the same author. Oh, here, let me zoom in a little bit for you. Sorry. I'm trying to remember to do that. So we can actually see this thing. That's a little too much. There we go. Oh, did we lose it? Yeah, so it looks like the same author did a looked at the maxima of oh, okay. Well, maybe these are different ones because this they're calling short period pulsating stars, and here he's calling them eclipsing binary stars. So I don't know. Let's
ERT radio life got in the way, and I lost about 4 lifetimes of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Life does get in the way from time to time. Look at that. There's no link to the paper because it's the Journal of the American Association of Variable Star Observers. Oh, now come on.
So it's got to be your top priorities and stuff.
That is
just
not
like me. Let's see. Let me if I can find it. Just this little thing I use for my lung wire. The connection got loosened, and I can't find anyone to fix it until my neighbor comes back within 3 weeks from offshore. And I know somebody else that can do it, but I'm just gonna wait and stuff. Right now I'm using this as a workaround and stuff.
There you go. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be available anywhere, but astronomers, they have to be stubborn and they have to be determined. So I'm going to go over and see if we can find this thing somewhere. Oh, wrong one. I want to go like that. PDF. ResearchGate has it. Maybe. I'm signed in as research if I can grab it. Oh, I have to log in? Oh, that's not fair. Okay, I will. Oh. Nobody look now. Keep your eyes closed. Okay, you can look now. Let's see. Can we do this? Oh, okay. You've got to make a request to the author. Okay. Well, that's not going to do. What else do we have here? Why don't we go right to the source here? AVSO. Oh, here. Well, no. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. See? It's got to be stubborn. Just have to be a little stubborn. Can usually get what you want that way. So, yeah, this is just a, not exactly sure if this is like an independent researcher like myself or somebody else, but yeah. So CCD observations of the minima of a bunch of eclipsing binary stars, and I'll bet you that our guy is in here somewhere. Now, did we lose that? Maybe we lost it. Here it is. want to go back here just to make sure. Okay, RV. Let's see if we can find it here. So these are the dates when these stars are at their faintest, right? And so if you know that, and you know their period of variability, you can calculate, you know, in the future when their minima are going to be. So let's see, it looks like they're alphabetical by constellation. And let's see if Core is in here. Corvus, RV Corvus, there it is. Okay. Now, of course, I didn't look and see what the... Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what O minus C is. I'm going to have to remind myself. I'm actually not quite sure what cycle is either. And there's so much to learn. Unbelievable. Anyway, but these are the exact times when the minima occur. So I'm not exactly sure why there's two of them here. I mean, okay. Oh, all right. Two different dates. I thought these were the same dates, but no, they're about 46 days apart. So, okay, that's kind of interesting that they would do that, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah, just a big long table. Pretty cool. All alphabetical, and I think that's it, right? Yep. I don't know if it does the author give any info in terms of observations made from March 2010 through September 2010. Just trying to see if they talk about what kind of a system or anything. Yeah, I'm going to have to find out what the... I mean, I've seen that reference before, but I don't exactly know what it's talking about here. So I'll try to find that out. So much to learn, always so much to learn. That's what I like about this universe. All right, well, cool. Well, I'm glad we found that, at least. So let's go back here. Can we, please? Thank you. If there's anything else moderately interesting here. It looks like the same author is doing it again. So, yeah, I assume that this is probably a guy. Yeah. He was pretty busy back in 2010, measuring all these variable stars. That's just an unbelievably huge amount of work. Yeah, just an incredible amount of work goes into that. I can't imagine. Pretty amazing. Here he is again, 2008. Let's see, here's a catalog of eclipsing variables. Third bodies. That's kind of neat, right? You know, they're seeing slight changes in the periods of these variable stars, and coming up with some kind of explanation. You know, maybe there's a third object there, maybe even more. Who knows, right? Kind of neat. I wonder if they actually talk about RV Corvi here. Let's take a quick look and find out. That one's got a paper associated with it. Case for third bodies as the cause of period changes in selected algal systems. So let's just do a quick search for RV. Okay, it's going to hit all that. CR. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is probably just a, well, let's find out what this is. Yeah, see this O minus C stuff. I'm going to have to find out about that. See, did they give an explanation of what this table is here? No, they don't talk about it there. What is this, table 1? Let's just do a search for table 1. Table 1. That's not helping much. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's go back to this. Well, that's the only reference there is. So let's see here what they've got. So almost 18 hours, right? Not quite sure exactly what these numbers represent. This is the Julian day, but I'm not quite sure what that is supposed to be. If that's like a minimum or a maximum, not quite sure. Unclassified light curve type. F0 spectral type. References 6 and 9. Yeah, well, we'd have to look all that up, I guess, to really know for sure. But, oh, okay. Well, this is kind of... I'm going to have to really understand O minus C a little bit better. Because, yeah, I think without really understanding that, I'm not going to be able to interpret these really, really well. So, let me get back to that. I'll find out a little bit more about what that actually means. Very useful tools for studying period shifts.
We like to welcome
cool.
AYL. I think we're about to head out, huh?
Oh wow, yeah, it's 3:13 UTC. That's amazing. Amazing how fast time flies. Incredible. Yeah, you know, let's why don't we pick this up again tomorrow? It'll be here. It'll be here for sure. And yeah, I'll try to find out exactly what O minus C is. I mean, you know, I understand that in various contexts, but I don't think I understand it in this context. So yeah, let me try to find that out a little bit so I can maybe speak a little bit more intelligently about it. All right, well, cool. Well, since it is past the hour, I don't necessarily like to keep anybody much past an hour. So yeah, let's get out of here for now. We'll do it again tomorrow. So just as a reminder, though, the next day, right, the live stream for the 22nd. I think, is that the next day or the next day? I don't know. Anyway, the live stream for the 22nd.
It's local time Friday.
Yeah, yeah. The live stream for the 22nd UTC is canceled like that. So I'm just not going to be here. I'm going to be looking at the sun with some friends. I'm celebrating the solstice. So yeah.
Don't drink too much champagne.
Not a chance. Not a chance. This is it. This is all there is. And there's not much left. there's not much left. I'm gonna have to get some more. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to brew up a little bit more of this. So, all right. I think it's time to get out of here. So thanks everybody for coming in again. This is always great, great, great fun. Glad you could come in. You can come in anytime, right? You know, if you want to come in each day, that's absolutely fantastic. Every week, each month, whatever you prefer, you are welcome here. You know, sit down, think and talk astronomy for a while. I'm just here to share a passion, right? I'm not here to really teach anything or communicate anything. You know, those kinds of things will happen all by themselves. I'm just here to, you know, share a passion. You know, doing this anyway. So
it's just those whose intentions are good, and we don't want to be misunderstood.
That's it. That's it. Very cool. All right. Well, with that, I'm going to get out of here. So peace, cheers, and all that. Make sure to subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, make some comments. More than anything else, share this around, you know, spread the word. Oh, one more thing really, really fast. CosmoQuest is doing their Hangout-a-thon this coming weekend. I think it's starting on Friday. Tom, do you have any kind of details on that? You know, like when they start and when they stop?
Yeah, it starts Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time, and it's supposed to run for 40 hours, so that takes it to 1 a.m. Monday, I think.
They lost their NASA funding. NASA just sort of pulled the rug out. And so for a short amount of time, they have like absolutely no cash to pay their staff, right? You know, they've hired all this staff, you know, they're doing all these things, and then you know, and maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic, right? You know, but NASA's like, nope, you know, pulled it away. So you know, they have this, you know, they'll be able to get more grants, right? You know, they're scrambling now, you know, to do that. But all that takes a lot of time, right? So in the meantime, right, they don't want to fire everybody, right? So I think they're looking for like $60,000, you know, to cover expenses and everything for, I don't know how long, you know, a few months, you know, till they can get, you know, more funding. So if you have the dollars, right, send some their way. So they're going to be on Twitch TV, and in fact, I will let me post their link over here really quick. It's going to be on CosmoQuest X. Is that right, Tom?
You're on mute, Tom.
Yes, that's right. CosmoQuest X on Twitch.
Okay, cool. I will post that over on the chat. So yeah, you know, if you can, you know, support them, you know, throw some money their way. That'd be great. I'm going to try to give them a little bit of my time. You know, they're trying to fill up 40 hours. You know, filling that with content. So they made a request to see if anybody you know can give them some time, and so I'm extremely wealthy as far as time goes. So that's extremely easy, you know, to give an hour or two or three to do that. So haven't heard back from them yet, but you know, they might be a little bit busy at the moment. So, but yeah, I hope that goes well. I don't know if they're going to make their $60,000 goal. That's a pretty hefty amount. That's a pretty big chunk. But you never know. You know, they're doing some really, really great work. And, you know, I don't think that they're going to stop, but I also don't think, you know, that they should have to fire everybody, you know, for a few months. That seems a little bit ridiculous. So, so that starts on Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Time. Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Okay. Well, all right. Well, with that, I am definitely going to get out of here now. So take care, everybody. Peace, cheers, and all that. I will see you in a little less than one spin. You know, don't get dizzy, but you know, this sphere is spinning pretty fast, right? But it's super smooth, and we're sort of used to it, right? So we don't, you know, we can't even really tell. But yeah, in just a little less than one spin, I'll be right back here at 2 hours UTC tomorrow. So take care, everybody. See you later. Bye.